Almost every crypto on page 1 and 2 is down except for Luna. Coming back, Ben. Okay, I better turn this off. I could listen to that song over and over and over again. Improper dancing for an improper market. Today is MetaMentors, Friday the 13th, bloodbath of a week on the crypto market. So they're saying, you and I, we're focusing on the opportunities. We all knew this was coming, but can't start this show without mentioning it. It's what's happening right now. It's current event. But we're going to get into a project that is a bit of a Pandora's box. I have found Gala Games, which is also Gala Music, which is also Gala this, Gala that. They've got a lot going on. Didn't even know anything about it. You and I have kind of hashed it up prior to this episode. You were a bit shocked of all that was under the surface also.
Yes, I think we've mentioned it at least in passing in one other episode, because I feel maybe I don't know. Yeah. I know I bought some. Maybe I just mentioned that I had bought some a while back because I think they were teaming up with Next Earth on one of the projects. I think so.
I know we've talked about it.
It's all starting to blur together.
Well, that's what happens when you're in the zone covering projects.
Improper dancing.
Improper dancing starts happening.
Yeah.
Gala Games. I'm really excited about this. Let's just jump into it. It's almost a 6-minute trailer we're going to watch. It's just a combination of some of their games rolling out, and then we'll get into that. But it's just too easy to just watch this and get a glimpse of what Gala Games is about. So let's do that.
All right. Perfect. Let's see it.
The dark will come again today, when faded is the light. And as the crickets loudly pay their homage to the night, orc and halfling, human, dwarf, and elf will lock their doors, as vile, vicious villains of the night invade in scores. But when the darkness pulls and calls, my eyes are open wide. When blackest shadows blanket falls, from me you'll never hide.
In the world of Mirandus, there are those whose actions and abilities have brought them glory and fortune. They are the skilled, the strong, the powerful, the ideal. They are the exemplars, and you could still be one of them. Your exemplar avatar may catch the attention of those around you in a crowded Miranda's tavern, but you can rest assured that their looks are looks of fear and admiration. These people have nothing on you. You are an exemplar.
Welcome to Legacy. Welcome to your very own blockchain business. In Legacy, you design, make, trade, and earn your way to the top. Start small and slowly but surely turn your town into an empire. Create your own products using thousands of unique parts. Legacy gives you access to rare and unique NFTs. The most creative and successful businesses can mint their creations. It's your designs in your town. Your creativity is your empire. You can automate your pipelines and fill your town with loyal workers. Rising to the top means taking on your competitors. Using your creative skills to win legacy coins in special events. Trade thousands of items with other players using Legacy Coin.
like we're going to get into it, but man, they've got a ton going on. Yeah, I thought when I saw them the reference to the old Nintendo games there, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Draw you right in, get your attention.
Absolutely.
Well, so we're covering so many projects. Episode number 17, the MetaMentors. Man, we are flying right through these. We just did our first live episode, and it's really just over the craziness that's going on in the market and the opportunities there to take advantage of that stuff. So back on to our metaverse, our gaming, our base of this channel. We're going to probably get into some rambles here. We're going to try and keep it short. We're going to try and stay under an hour. We haven't been the most successful with that, but that's always our goal. But there's going to be some timestamps below on this, so be sure to check those out if you don't have the full time to spend with us and you want to dissect a little bit more into just Gala music or just Gala games or what's going on. You can check the timestamps below and find it there. While you're there, subscribe, leave us a comment. Let us know if you're playing on any of the Gala games or into any other play to earn games, stuff like that. Let us know what you're finding out. We really, really want to hear about it and hopefully start having just some average everyday Joes on our show to tell us what they've been discovering. But so Gala games, we decided when we decided to do Gala, kind of like you mentioned, we're calling it Gala Games. Then you start doing your research, and it turns out there's all sorts of other stuff this project has got going on, which is another prime example of the Web3 environment and projects we're seeing, where the more utility you have, the better. And Gala Games, to me, now you're this show's gaming expert, Ben, but to me, they've got a really good mix of some really kind of advanced gaming, but then some real basic gaming too, which I think that's very attractive to me from an investment standpoint, because you're going after all types of gamers, for a lack of better words. But here's another one that's got a lot of attention. It's called Fuzzles, Fuzzle, and these are NFTs. Gala is building play to earn gaming on blockchain. That's what we're into on this show. So just short of 10,000 NFTs, and basically it's these cute little things, and they've got an attitude problem. So they go and cause mischief and do all these things. But here's that theme we've stumbled on here lately, Ben: AI technology. I'm excited to continue to see this in here. It was a little frightening when we covered the fluff world here a couple weeks ago, but I'm definitely getting more and more into it as we've started to peel it back and figure out what it means.
Non-fungible intelligence, the new buzzword.
You coined it, well, at least on our show first. But
right, that's the first one on our show to say it.
So you've got this game coming out by Gala Games. Mirandus, we just watched that. This one I've got this on our list to cover independently here in the coming weeks. We'll discuss that, whether we're going to do that or not. But this is one that several months ago kept coming up a lot. And there's a lot of expectation behind this one. And so I'd really like to kind of deep dive in that, but we're going to take a better look and see if it's worth our time. One of the things that Gala has going on right now, let me open it up here, is this mayhem. And like a lot of the Web3 projects that are going on, they are looking to give back to their patrons, their players, people interested spending time with Gala. They get that there's a lot of other projects out there that are clamoring for your time and your money, and they want to make it worth your while. So this is one of the things. This is the second year they have done this. They're giving away $4 million in prize this month. Unfortunately, by the time this episode comes out, there's probably only going to be about 10 days left, maybe a week, to take advantage of this. But it is a good opportunity if you're interested in this project, going on and checking out some of Gala's stuff, and maybe even signing up and maybe even getting paid for some of it. Spider tanks. This thing looks really cool to me. This really calls to me. I always liked, I can't think of some of those names, but some of the older like fighter jet games,
right.
and tanks and stuff, like military base, like the very 64-bit, like that stuff was cool to me.
Yes, I agree. That was what I thought when I first saw that tank game. I had that same feeling, and I'm on the same page. I can't think of the names of them, but that old arcade style where you're in tank and you're just going around popping stuff. I think that'll be a good game.
Yeah, and in taking it to the next level here, it's kind of, to me, it's kind of a simpler game, but you can own these NFT tanks. There's options to like mix and match them and create different types of battle tanks. And when I first started looking at this, one of the first things it says, I don't remember if it pops up here or not, but it says own your own shop. So basically, you don't just own these NFTs, you own an actual shop where you're going in and creating these things, mixing and matching. And like a lot of these NFT and gaming projects, if you build it up or develop a very combat ready or whatever, you're increasing the value. You're not just winning games and having fun. You're actually creating value and increasing the asset value of these NFTs, these projects, these toys. Is really, really cool. Guess what? Guess who's involved with Gala Games or Gala? Snoop Dogg. Yep.
Well, of course, Snoop Dogg's involved in everything. Snoop Dogg is Mr. Web3.
He is going to what he is doing in these projects in Web3 is going to what's the damn word? I'm struggling for words here, Ben. Is going to squash his music career. His music.
Yeah, absolutely. When all this takes off.
Yeah. 50 years from now, people are going to say Snoop Dogg, and the younger generation is going to know him because of this stuff. Not even, they're going to say, what? Right. He was a musician?
Yeah. Oh, he used to rap? That's interesting. And I fully believe that, because the amount of money that he's going to make in these type of projects is just going to, just pale, you know what I mean? Just absolutely dwarf his record contract, because he's in on everything. So it doesn't matter which one goes parabolic or if multiple of them, you know what I mean? And he's got enough money to where it makes a difference. If you or I put our money into one of these games and to buy some Gala tokens, we might hit it rich, you know what I mean? But if you're already rich and you can put real money into this stuff, which I'm sure that he's doing, and he's probably getting, free tokens and free publicity and all this kind of, I bet when all of this stuff pops off by 2030, you're going to know Snoop Dogg as something completely different than a entertainer.
Yeah. And yes, 100%. He's into everything. He gets it. A lot of these, everybody except for Matt Damon is really enjoying Web3. Of course, Matt Damon is just taking a beating. But we just covered that on our live. And anyways, I'm getting off track here. Gala Games, they've got a lot of great games. I'm very interested in it, in Gala, just because of the plethora of games that they've got going. That's really appealing to, multiple age groups. And so I like that from an investment standpoint. But they're also into many other things, and such as the Galaverse in Europe, which is also happening right now. So let's take a little video or a little view of that.
Energy levels are rising. The energy levels go up. Full energy levels reached. We're ready to go.
I'm pretty convinced that I don't even care what the project is. If it's got house music, I want to own it.
That is I wonder what would happen if we came across an NFT or a Web3 project that had like old country or, like old 50s music, because definitely house music is the theme of the entire industry right now. And I just wonder if someone's going to pull the trigger and be different, and you're going to come in with some old classic country or some old 20s, that old club music, like old club music where they're swooning and swinging and got the full orchestra.
I think that could be cool. I kind of dig that. I don't know how that
think
would work.
I know that there's a big following for it on that older music on YouTube. I know it gets a lot of views. So I think that at some point, somebody's going to come in with something besides house music, and it's going to change the game.
It's going to take it to the next level. Maybe the MetaMentors should be the first to do that.
There you go. Let's get on it.
Dress up like old timers.
Old timey. I'll wear a 3-piece suit.
Staying with the music theme, we've started with games, going right into music, Gala music. This, to me, gaming without a question, everybody agrees is the biggest overall opportunity moving forward as far as entertainment. Music is right up there with it, and Gala has figured out a way to combine the two that just makes a lot of sense. So one of the groups that's super interested or has joined the Gala team is the Kings of Leon, and they say some interesting things here. So we're going to watch just a couple minutes of this.
Okay.
We're honored and thrilled to be able to have someone like Gala come to us and say, hey, we're fans. Go make music. We want to support you. As opposed to having a guy pull up in a suit and listen to the music, thinking, well, I want it to be this or I want it to be that. And I've said it, and people have probably already heard it, but I said when we were meeting with you and everyone at Gala, it did feel like we were kind of back to being in a garage band and back to just doing it on our own terms and making music that we want 10,000 people to buy our album so that we can one day play a concert for 10,000 people. That kind of stuff that isn't what was our career. I mean, that's what we always thought. So it's just, we're finally, I feel like there's a little less pressure on us. There's a lot more pressure because now it's all on us, but it's a great opportunity, and I do truly believe it's the future of music. And once again, we'll be the groundbreakers. Once again, we'll be the ones that everyone's looking at going like, damn, I wish we had done that.
I hope so.
And I mean that very humbly.
Pretty big statement there.
Yeah, no joke.
Kings of Leon have been around for over 20 years. And I can't overstate this enough. They're making a jump. Here's an established band, very well known, lots of followers, and they're making the jump from established record label to essentially Web3, a gaming company, initially at least, Gala Games. And he's saying this is the future. We're doing this because this is the future.
That's awesome.
And he's not the only one thinking that.
I knew Snoop Dogg was coming in again.
Shocker. Snoop Dogg is very interested with it, and he's already making moves.
Basically, why on earth is Sarah on the phone call with you is essentially the question.
Well, Gala Games is about the future, and they're about moving forward, and they're about creatives and letting artists have creative freedom and letting artists get engaged with the fan base that they created, and also engaging the artists and, financially helping the fans engage in making some money and making a profit and being a part of the project and being a part of the art and the music and the visual. So this is one of these relationships that in the traditional world we've been waiting on for so long to be able to have the access to do some of the things that we can do at Gala and not be restricted and not have rules and regulations to affect us, but have ways to create our avenues to do the things we do. So Gala Games and Death Row Records came together about 4 or 5 months ago in a collaboration, and just started moving a lot of my things over in that way and just started telling all my friends about it. And this is where we at now. We're at the place where I want all of my friends and all of my music homies to be a part of this experience, because it's a great experience for me, and I would love for them to all be a part of it. So that's what today is about, introducing some artists that you may have heard of, as you may not have heard of, but they're coming into this world and they're bringing great music, and it's all on this platform, brought to you by Gala Games.
Funny enough, when I was basically cutting that down and figuring out the time frame, and I stopped it right there. Seems like a good stopping point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I don't know if you caught what time that was that it just happened to be at. Take a guess.
Oh, nice. I see it. 4:20. Very good.
Is that not a sign or what?
That is.
So Snoop Dogg buys Death Row Records, which you alluded to a few episodes ago or whatever. I hadn't even heard of it. He's making the jump, and he's not just making the jump because they're offering him an abundance amount of money. That is happening. He sees the money there, which is exponentially more than going the old way that he came up through music with record label or whatever. But he's also empowering the fans to make money, to spread the music, to possibly, if they're an unknown artist like this guy, October London, not many people know who he is. I didn't know prior to this, not saying a whole lot, but if you're a starving artist, a musician, what Web3, what Gala Music is doing, and some of these other projects under Web3 is they're giving the ability to these small artists or even just fans to make an income and get their name out there. And there's nothing like this. We've never seen anything like this. I mean, they're literally, again, taking the power away from entities that have controlled everything, these major entities, and they're giving it back to the people. It's such a cliche. I almost hate saying that because it's a cliche, but that's what's happening.
No, and I agree with that 100%, because especially, we always talk about how Web3 is bringing it back and allowing you to control your information and be in charge of your money and your property. And one of the industries that is notorious for ripping off artists and creators is the music industry, is getting the new people to sign some life-altering contract where they don't own their own music. They don't, you know what I mean? Like, I think it was NSYNC. They'd been around for like 2 years before any of them had $1 million. They were the top of the charts for 2 years, and they were getting paid like $10,000 a month because their manager, basically all the money was going to him. You know what I mean? And then he had them under a contract where they worked for him, and it wasn't percentage based. I don't remember the whole story, but that was just one. Everybody has a horror story about getting into the industry and getting screwed over. And now you're talking from the get-go, you can own your music. You can have you can NFTize your music, and that way you're making money on it every time that it sells, every time somebody shares it, every time somebody sells it. Even there are some Web 2 applications like Spotify where if you get your music on there, you get a small piece of it. But we're talking about you getting the meat and potatoes and somebody else getting the little bit at the end. You know what I mean? Like if you're the creator and you're the one making this and you're the one bringing this quality content to the world, you should be the one that's making the most from it, not somebody who happened to see you first and legally locked you up in a contract. So I'm super excited about Gala Music because it's one of the best, and obviously it's already got some great partners. It's one of the best opportunities for artists to get in there, one, and be seen, and two, get what they're worth.
The nice part, Ben, is it's not just the artists that are now getting what they deserve. It's fans that are getting what they deserve also. They're going to get some opportunities here in many different ways, but this is probably one of the most, to me, the most creative and exciting ways that you could actually, as a fan, make some money. And it's through this Gala Music node. And nodes have a big part to play with a lot of the decentralization in Web3, but this is a specific music node. So let's watch a short clip on it.
A music node can be considered as your personal collection of music and songs the whole world can access. Whenever you put new music, NFT, or link it to your Gala music node, you actually make it public and anyone can listen to it. When someone listens to the song on your music node, you get rewards. Plus, the listener also earns money. Hence, Gala Music Node works as a medium where all the music creators and listeners can connect, create, and listen to the music and earn money side by side. But how can you get your Gala Music Node? The first step is to purchase the license of Gala Music Node, which is actually the node itself. If you think you can have a Gala Music Node for free, that's not the case here. The reason is, you're going to earn thousands over thousands of dollars from the Gala Music Node. Thus, giving you the node for free doesn't make any sense. And here comes something else you're waiting for. Each Gala Music Node costs you around $1,200. Yeah, you heard that right. You should pay in Gala tokens, that'll be roughly equal to $1,200 to own a Gala Music Node. After you've purchased the license, you have to simply set up the node on your PC or laptop and link your music NFTs to it. You can also create your own music, convert it into NFTs, and then put it on your Gala node. Once you have put your music NFTs, listeners will come to your node and listen to their favorite music, which will let you earn rewards. But how much can you make with a Gala music node? Well, you've already paid about $1,200 to earn a Gala music node, which means it must let you earn more than that, right? But how much money can you earn? Well, that depends directly on the number of times your music NFT is played by the listeners. Let's say you've put your own music NFT on your music node and someone plays it. Every time that track is played, the creator receives about 5 cents in their wallet, while the listener gets about 0.5 cents. And here comes the interesting part. Since you've put your music NFT and anyone across the world can listen to it, your music piece can be played thousands of times per day. Let's say you've put your music piece on your music node and listeners have started to listen to it. They've literally loved it, and its fame's increasing day by day. More and more people are listening to it, and now by the end of the day, about 50,000 people have listened to your music. In reality, you can get even millions over millions of listeners per day. But let's say that 50,000 people listen to your music, how much would you earn? By doing the math and considering each one will give you 5 cents, the total money you would earn in a single day would be about $2,500. What if you continue to get these listeners every day for 1 month? The total money you would have by the end of the month will be roughly $75,000. Now you can guess why paying only $1,200 for a single Gala music node seems so little. And you wouldn't stop at getting only 50,000 listeners. Rather, the number will increase. If you think 50,000 is a big number, then you should know that millions over millions of people listen to music every day. So getting only 50,000 means nothing. To add more bonus to the revenue, you can sell your music NFTs as well, which will give a major boost to what you're earning. But what if you don't want to pay $1,200 for the node? Is there any other way to earn money without actually putting in yours? Well, the simple...
A little salesy. It kind of reminded me of, like, you know, when you sit through sales presentations and it's like, we've got this newfangled product and everybody's going to want it. You'll be selling $1 million a month before you know it.
Right. And then you only have to have 50,000 people times 365 days, and you'll be making this much.
And at your cut of 0.001%,
right?
You're, but no. So, and I didn't have time to look into a whole lot of this, but seems like a really, really cool thing. It made me think of my daughter immediately. My daughter, whenever she does anything with her friends always have her play her playlist. Like amongst her friends, she's known as having not only the best music, but also some of the mix of the newest music. So
nice.
This is kind of right up her alley. Like if you're, you know, you're good at, or you know, another example here is we were having our pregame yesterday. I was at my real estate office, and my office is right next to my office manager's office. And so we share a wall. And so you and I were pretty hyped up yesterday, which we are for every pregame. And so we're on the line for video line for about an hour or whatever and get done. And like within seconds, she's at my door, knocking on the door, and I open it up and she's like, okay, I've had to listen to multiple conversations with you over the last couple months. What is going on? And so I'm kind of just giving her a breakdown of what's happening in the market, and then that leads to more questions and projects. And so I'm telling her about some of the projects I'm involved in, and she basically, we kind of stumble across, you know, I'm basically explaining to her, no matter what you're into, there's projects for that, you know, that you're going to be into that are either NFTs or so we stumble. And so out of her mouth, she says, well, I'm into country music. And I said, funny you say that, because we're doing a project right now called Gala Music. And so I show her this, and she was like, oh my God. Like, so you're telling me I could actually make money listening to music, and then if I happen to put it out there and people listen to it under one of these nodes, or, you know,
Right.
type of deal, I could get, and I'm like, I don't know. That's what this thing is saying. So it certainly looks that way.
Right. That's just what we're learning about. We don't know for sure, but that's the goal. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's what I feel like there's so many projects like that people just need to learn about. Everybody's going to kind of fit into their own type of what kind of stuff interests them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We just have to figure out how to get them to figure it out. You know? Like we got to get enough people watching channels like this and other channels. Like, find out where you fit in Web3. Find out what you want to do, what you're good at, what interests you, because there's going to be some way to capitalize with it. Some way, somewhere in one of these projects, everybody's going to have something to do.
Yes, 100%. And it's all possible. It's all happening because of the blockchain and the technology surrounding the blockchain, the transparency, the security, the accessibility. When you have a technology this revolutionary that is decentralized, I mean, it's just attacking every entity. And essentially, for a lack of better words, it's making every industry a better industry. It's making more accessible for anybody who has an internet connection.
Absolutely. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, so that's Gala Music, Gala Games. Just the surface dive on it. So much more here. I told you in our previous episode that I thought I bought Gala tokens, had not. Watching to see if it's going to come back down a little bit again. I am definitely buying. This is definitely one of the new projects that I'm not going to spend a ton of time on, but I'm going to buy into and keep an eye on, you know, their updates either via Twitter and Discord, that type of stuff. Try and just keep monitoring it. So that's what I've got on Gala. Anything to add?
They do have the token. Normally I talk about the tokens. I know when I talked about this in an earlier episode, I don't remember how long ago it was, but we bought $100 worth of Gala for 36 cents each. And because of the dip this week, I just bought 2,500 more for about 4 cents each. So,
damn,
whatever that is, 7 or 8 times less than what I bought it for the first time. And I was happy to get it for that the first time. But yeah, I just loaded the bag on Gala right now. And in fact, today's payday. So once that comes through, I might get a little bit more, try to round it up to a 5,000 even, depending on what it's at. Everything's sort of recovering. I did see Gala had come back up, still quite a bit less than what I originally paid for it. But now's the time to buy. And after going through the Gala website, we're going to have a link to not only these YouTube videos that he showed us, but the Gala Games website. There is, the like 9 or 10 games in development. There's a couple of them in the beta projects right now. These games, I think most of them, we could probably do an episode alone on them, especially the, what was the Mirandus? That one looked, that I think you said we might do an episode on that one, because some of these games are so cool, and they're just totally on the Gala Games, site. It's not a partnership. It's not anything like it. So buying into the Gala tokens right now, being involved in this project this early, these games are potential long-term, I think they could have a chance to have a real cult following, via like a Xbox style or a PlayStation style Call of Duty or Halo. Some of them have such great graphics and just a great storyline behind them. It's so cool. Again, it's like somebody pitching to you the Halo game and you having the opportunity to invest before it comes out. So Gala, very easy token to find. You can buy it on Coinbase, which means you can buy it just about everywhere. Worth considering. Check the links down below. We'll list it all out. You can go in there and watch some of these videos in their entirety, not just the clips that Ryan found, but watch the whole interviews, see what they're doing with the music, see what they're doing with the games, and decide if it's a project that you want to dig into a little deeper.
Yeah, definitely. I know I will be. That's all I got, man. I will end the broadcast here if you've got nothing else.
End it.